Pike, we're rolling right now. Nobody can see us, but we're here and we're rolling.
Oh.
Yeah. You ready to start the show?
I want to see what I'm doing.
Oh.
Yeah, just
all right.
Hang on. Zip. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Terrible. The horrible zipper sound effect.
Zip. You just said the word. You didn't even do like an onomatopoeia. You just said the word.
It is one, isn't it? Isn't that the noise it makes? Is zip.
I don't think it is. You're saying the word zip is the onomatopoeia itself.
Yeah, like burp or...
burp is not burp.
One? Kind of.
No.
Burp.
False,
We're going to fight about onomatopoeias before the show starts?
I didn't even think we were going to jump in that way until you did the worst sound effect I've ever heard in my life.
I will give you...
Zip.
It wasn't good. I'm saying, but that kind of is the sound a zipper would make. Zip.
I mean, I think it's more of a zil, like a ZL, you know, zil, like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. How are you? Did you golf today? Jesus Christ.
No, today was going to be... I couldn't get on, man. There's one course within 50 miles that is open, so you cannot get on. But I was going to play tennis, ended up not playing because they already took down the freaking nets.
Oh.
They made the decision for us that, hey, you're done with tennis. It's 70 degrees today. You don't get to play tennis, though.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
That does suck. Well, now you're just regulated to waiting a week, Pike. Again, it's waiting a week until you're moving to Florida.
7 days.
7
God
days.
Damn, I'll be just... Yeah. I won't have anyone to play tennis with. I don't want to play with my wife because I just feel like that would be frustrating for everybody.
Is your wife really good and you're really bad, or is she really bad and you're really good?
No. Yes, the second one. And not even that I'm really good. I just think it
we're talking shit over here, dude.
I'm not shit.
You laughed beforehand.
Shit talking my wife's.
Yeah, you are. You just went this. The second one, I'm really good. She's really bad.
I was laughing at the first suggestion that she was really good because I've never seen her like do anything really athletic at all.
Wow!
Just a picture of her like just.
Damn, dude, you are roasting your wife right now, big time.
She would agree. She's not a racket sport person.
Yeah, I understand, but you sound like a goddamn Olympian right now, and it's ridiculous how you sound.
That's the funny part, because I am not.
Okay.
Dude, I can barely... Yeah, dude, I can hit I can volley a little bit, but it's... And now I'm so out of shape where it's a freaking hard sport. If you can't move, it really limits the balls you can get to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You play tennis? You seem like a guy who doesn't maybe play tennis.
Me? No, I'm not a tennis player. Are you kidding me? Tennis is way too much of a physical activity for me. Hold on, I got to write that down. Hold on. I heard that.
Oh, you did? You got an ear for those. Or I just say a lot of weird, gross shit.
Yes, that's true. What is this? Oh, we should start the show. Episode 288. There it is. What's up, dude? No, tennis sucks. I mean, tennis is an amazing sport. Don't get me wrong. It just sucks to play because you're right. It's so physically taxing. You know what I mean? As you're trying to sprint for the ball, and you're not good, so you don't volley. The ball ends up going to the net. You really either stand around or sprint your ass off, and it's like, oh, God. Right. You can find the middle ground. Pickleball. Have you ever played pickleball?
No.
Okay, pickleball is going to be huge in Florida.
Kind of an old man thing?
Okay. Yeah, it's like tennis and ping pong had a baby. And it ends up, it's like a smaller tennis court, and you play with like racquetball rackets, and you have like a wiffle ball, so it goes slower. And then it's
nice.
It's perfect. A miniature tennis court, and you can still play, 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 and the whole thing. So pickleball.
I love it. It's like old guy and or fat guy tennis. It sounds ideal.
Yeah, that's why they named it after food. So the fat, so the fat guys would go out there and play.
Pickle.
Sounds
perfect.
pretty good, actually. Well, welcome to the show. This is the Spark Show, episode 288. That right there is the one and only Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. He says he's fat, but let's be honest. He's not super fat at all. You know, he's
getting there.
He's getting there, right? One day I'll achieve my goal. Exactly.
I think I'll lose weight in Florida just because I'll be freaking sweating like a pig the whole time.
Oh, dude, I got a theory about that.
Weight.
100% correct, man. I think people in warmer climates are in better shape because they're required to wear less clothing more often. So you become more like subconscious of like, oh man, I'm going to have to take my shirt off today, aren't I? So you just naturally start thinning down. Everyone's like, oh, it's because you can be outside a lot more and do some more physical. No. It's because you are consciously taking off your clothes in public that you're like, I can't be this white rhino anymore. I can't be this person.
Dude. Yes, I believe you, because up here it's like you got 6 months of the year, 4 of which you're like getting fat. The other 2, it's like, oh shit, we got to take our shirt off like in July. That's it.
Yeah.
So you cram it all in 2 months. It never works. You're disappointed. So then you start eating in the summer because you just don't care anymore.
Don't care.
And it's a cycle. Yeah.
I know me, in the wintertime, I usually, by about February, I'm my fattest. And like right about September, I'm my skinniest. It's just how it goes. Now I'm back in Ohio. I'm living in Ohio. And it's just my body naturally, I can't remember what comedian it said, but I totally related. She was from Ohio as well. And she's like, just meat coat. You just want to put on a meat coat. Your body starts like sensing, that it's getting cold out. You just start packing it on like a whale. I feel like a beluga whale. I need to insulate.
So true.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. This is going to be a fun one. We have the results we're going to be getting to a little bit later here of what we call the Sparks Show audience, Pike. All right. It's up there. It's on my Instagram.
Right.
And to be 100% honest, I haven't looked in about 4 hours. So I don't know.
Okay.
Where
was there one that was like running away with it, or is it a tight race?
No, they were all really close.
Okay.
Like surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat because, as you know, there's one I'm really pulling for, and if it doesn't win, first of all I'm going to demand a recount.
That seems to be a thing right now. Are you gonna sue? These numbers are false. It's fine.
You got to let people vote for for the next. You got to extend the vote for like a week.
Yes. Yeah. I
got some options.
I got to make sure the votes are actually counted. Maybe we should take 19 days, like Nevada is right now, slowest counting state of all time. I like how they.
Dude, you got to move back there and help these people. Who's doing the counting?
I know. Seriously. Dude, I saw a tweet today about Pennsylvania. They were like, we have about 56,000 votes left to count, but we're going to take the day off. And the count, I don't know. It's like the person in charge of elections, the county board of elections, chairman, county board of elections, whatever, was like, I'm investigating why they decided to take a day off today. I was like, what is going on? Count the votes. The whole world is waiting. You're like, oh, you know what?
Dude, yeah.
Just can't do it today, guys. I'm sorry.
It's a mental health day.
Yeah, a little mental, right? Self-care day.
Yes. 2 days of counting. God, we need a day off. Jesus.
I can't do it anymore today. All right, so we're going to be getting to those results here in a little bit. First, we do this thing called the News That Matters.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters. Holy shit.
This is where Pike and I like to break down 2 stories each, where we talk about the news that matters today in the world, not just the United States, but in the world. And Pike, I'm talking about the world because I had to go outside the United States to find some news again, because everything is just election-based news, you know?
Is correct. Yeah.
So I was like, Jesus Christ, how do we find something? I went to Spain, a place that I would put on my top 10 list of places I want to go. Would you want to go to Spain?
Yeah, it seems beautiful.
It does. It really seems nice.
Food seems good. The whole thing.
Stop at food. You're like, food seems good. I like the whole thing. That's all you do.
I don't know. I was gonna say like the dancing, but then in my head I'm like, what the fuck do you care about the dancing? Like, don't say that. No.
I went to a flamenco bar, not a bar, like a restaurant in Miami, and where they sit there, they clap, the flamenco dance, where these ladies are like, duck, 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 and the guys are like,
Oh yeah.
and there's like one guy on a guitar that clearly has had more sex than I will ever have. He's got like a long male ponytail. He's playing like this classical guitar with no pick.
Yes.
I was like, Jesus, I might have sex with this man right now. It was so amazing. He was so good. The flamenco guitar is amazing. It's amazing. The way those fingers are flying around.
That's how they teach it. We had our neighbor here was a foreign exchange student, or they had a foreign exchange student from Mexico. So he was learning kind of like Spanish guitar, or Mexican guitar. Yeah. And he had just started learning, and they're like, "Oh, you got to meet me because I'm in a band, right? I play guitar."
Oh, you got to meet. You got to meet our one guitar player.
Yeah. And it was the most embarrassing experience because he was already so much fucking better than I was. And I'm supposed to be the neighbor who comes over and is like, well, let's see what you know, son.
Yeah.
And he starts going like, I'm like, oh. I could play a Green Day song if you'd like.
You're like, let me play you our biggest hit of Coming Too Hard off of. What was the album called?
It was self-titled. We're very cool.
Low Standards, self-titled album.
Low Standards, yeah.
It's now a huge hit in Mexico as that exchange student went back to Mexico. He's like, let me show you what they play in America. It's called Come Too Hard. It's the worst Mexican accent I've ever done in my life.
That wasn't too far off.
It wasn't? All right, I'll take it. I apologize to the people of Mexico. No. So I got to go to Spain. I would love to go to Spain. I've been to a flamenco restaurant before, and it was awesome. It was a great experience. I highly recommend it. You know what they call Spain? The Florida of Europe.
They do?
Yeah, that's like literally what they say. And I think that's because it's the most tropical part of Europe, not because of like the people are all fucking weird and always like throwing alligators at each other and everything,
Yeah, the Florida stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we go to Spain, Pike. And Spain has come out and said, by 2022, we want flying taxis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Aggressive.
Aggressive is right. 2022. Flying taxis are flying around Spain. Enough of this bullshit driving. We are taking, and what they said was the third dimension of travel. I was like, whoa, that's a way to paint it.
Yeah. Yeah, like the sky. Like it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So they're skipping over self-driving vehicles and going right to the air?
Dude, they're going to self-flying vehicles. That was the craziest part of this article.
Not even a pilot.
No, you would get, they're calling it air taxis, and there's a company out of Germany and a company out of China that have already tested these things. It's almost like a drone. It's got, think of a mini helicopter that Adam West would fly in from Batman, the old Adam West Batman. Like one of these, it looks like I built it myself. And then you have drone propeller blades all around it. Not like one big, propeller like a normal helicopter, but this is like 6 tiny ones. And then it takes to the sky and you type in your, where do you want to go? And sure enough, this thing will just just fly over, drop you off at Trader Joe's or whatever.
Dude.
That's what it's going to be.
Incredible. Yeah. But would you get in one?
That's what the question is. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Would you trust a computer to fly? Flying is a whole different. I don't even know if I trust a car to drive me around. I think I do. I think I would. I would be very cautious, but I think all in all, at the end of the day, I would be like, okay, yeah, no, it's doing okay. It's doing its thing, and just be fine with it. You get accustomed. However, have you ever been on a helicopter? Have you ever flown in a helicopter?
No.
Okay, I got to fly in a helicopter. Something I did not know about a helicopter before getting in one. And I know there's probably like a military dude listening that has like been in a bunch of helicopters, but I was in a tiny little, like I said, Adam West one. The guy said he bought it for $30,000. He's like, yeah, I just bought it. It was like $30,000. I was like, fuck, what? This thing is a Volkswagen Jetta? I don't think so, bro. I don't know if, not even. I don't know if I can even fly in this, you know? He's like, you guys want the doors on or off? I was like, well, if we're going in a helicopter, take them off. Dude, took off the doors by like pulling a pin and like lifting it up. It was like fiberglass. Like he put it, I swear to God, I'll never forget. He took the door off and he put it in a golf cart. Like that's how big the doors were on this thing. He put it in a golf cart.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, no, we're going to die. So we went up in the helicopter, and the thing I didn't know about helicopters was, so you go up and down, right? Naturally, it's a helicopter. You go forward and back. That's cool. But a helicopter, it sways almost like a swing. So you're going forward, but you're like swaying back and forth, like rocking like a baby, you know, as you go through.
Oh my God.
Dude, it is fucking terrifying. I was like, what is that? It's almost like you're on, you know, on the open sea or something. You know?
Jesus, I would almost puking thinking about that.
Yes. Like if you get air sick from a plane, like motion sick, there's no way you're not vomiting all over the place in a helicopter.
Dude, I get sick on air. I get sick in a car. I get sick. I couldn't go on a swing set as a kid. Just minutes ago, in fact, I was in a reclining rocking chair and I had to get off because I was dizzy.
Really?
A fucking chair. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
it's bad.
like you can't, if you go too many times in a circle in a parking lot, do you get dizzy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything in a car, I cannot ride with other people because they drive in town. Any sort of stoplights or turning, cannot fucking do it. Gotta either me drive or we're on the highway.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My wife is the exact same way. Yeah.
Oh, really? It's I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Dude, she's thrown up in the parking lot while I was looking for a space. You know, I'm like, maybe there's one up here. No. Up here. No. Okay, I got to keep going. Over here. No, sorry. She's like, pull over and like throwing up.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I've had to learn how to drive specifically because she's in the car. You know, like I stop really slow. I ease up. And now everyone makes fun of me for driving like a grandma. But it's like,
dude, good for you. That's very respectful.
Well, I'm trying. You know?
Yes, my wife she can't drive. She didn't even have to learn because I won't let her for that reason. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta let your wife open up a little bit here. You won't let her play tennis. You won't let her drive the car. What is it? It's like 1863 in the Pike residence. I don't know what's going on here.
Nah. She can, you know, have sex and I'm trying to think of what else. No. Come on now. She can play tennis if she wants. I just know she doesn't.
I know. Yeah, no, it's fine. Look, I'm not trying to force tennis on your wife either. If she doesn't want to play, it's no big deal. But maybe you should just teach her how you need to be driven around. You know? Then actually, you know what? Never mind. That's going to just lead to fighting, and you're right. No,
it is.
You know this. So anyway, you cannot take the air taxis, Pike. If I know this about you now, you cannot ride this in Spain. When you go to Spain, you can take a bull, you can throw tomatoes at people or whatever they do there, but you cannot take an air taxi. So you're bona fide screwed for the future, dude, because the future of air travel is robotic human drones, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you guys can do it. I'll be the only asshole on the road. Extra wide lanes, no traffic.
Yeah, you're right. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So you're gonna get in one? Would you said you would get in a self-driving like vehicle that they've already been testing?
I wouldn't be the first dude in that thing. Tell you that much. I'll get in it
No, but
after
give it-
like 7 years, you know?
Really? I was going to say like 1 year, show me some data that they're less likely to crash than like an actual airplane, and I'm in.
See,
Because, like the stats are you're more likely to die in a normal vehicle on the road,
yeah,
which it still feels better though because you're more in control.
right. The thing is with me, what I would do is I know I'm such a cheap ass that I would absolutely wait until the price came down rather than the data. It'd be like $300 for a cab ride. I'd be like, fuck that. I'd rather die in a car, And then once it came down to like $15 a ride, be like, wait a minute, I can get to the east side or the west side in 15 minutes? They'd be like, yeah, but you have a 30% chance of dying. I'm like, fuck it, it's worth it. Let's do it, And I know how they're going to do it if it's in like India or one of these places where it's like, you take the train and there's 1,000 dudes on top, like riding on top of the train. Are you going to have like hop-ons where people are grabbing onto the bottom of your air taxi
And just swinging. Just swinging.
I got a hop-on. Oh, no.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
Yeah, and there's a weight limit too. It's 220 pounds plus a small briefcase that you could fly in this. So if you're over 220 pounds, dude, so in the future, you're going to have like the embarrassing fat taxis where if you're over 220, you're going to have to get like when you die and they have the big caskets for the giant morbidly obese people. Dude, you're going to have to be like, oh, shit, that's a regular sized person cab. I got to wait for the fat cab.
Can't do it.
You can't do it. Hold on, guys. I'm coming there. I'll be at pickleball in 20 minutes. I got to wait for a fat cab.
Yeah. It's just like a blimp. They make you take just a little blimp. Poor guys. 220 ain't even that big. That's a good motivator, though. You don't want to be that asshole.
No, 220 is not that big, dude. Like no one in the NFL is taking a air taxi around.
Nobody.
Let's
you
go
want to hear my
story.
you want to hear my news story? Okay,
Yeah, what do you
okay.
got?
It's so again, much like you, I had to go overseas because election. So we go to Denmark, where COVID fears are rising because of minks.
Oh,
You know what a
dude, I
mink
heard about
is?
this.
You hear
Yeah,
it?
it's like a little varmint. It's like a little giant,
Yeah, it looks like a
like a mongoose
lemur or some shit.
Yeah.
But they-
we're idiots.
I don't
know. It looks like a lemur. Yeah, a mongoose. That's right.
Mongoose. Couldn't even tell you what that looks like. But it's a mink. Anyway, they're popular because they use their fur. Like Denmark apparently is the mink capital of the world. They make coats out of them. Well, COVID has now gotten to the minks, and they believe that half of the active cases in Denmark are due to these minks. So the plan, and it's very concerning because you hear about the virus mutating in these animals and then transferring back to humans.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So they're gonna. I'm reading the story, and it said they need to cull CULL 15 million minks. I'm like,
that's sad.
cull. What is that like?
Yeah.
Is that just like round them up and move them to like a farm?
Yeah, Mink Island.
I looked it up. No, they're killing them.
Yeah.
They plan to kill 15 million minks because of COVID. I'm like, oh man, they're cute. Like I just am now seeing my first mink. But
Yeah.
they're they got these little pink noses. And now I'm picturing them just killing them. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think we need to kill the minks?
It makes me sad. I mean, I don't want 15 million minks is a horrifyingly large number. Like that is
It's all
unreal.
of them.
Yeah. It's all of them. Yeah. Good
It's
Lord.
all the minks.
I didn't know there was that many minks in Denmark. I had no idea.
I know. Which is not a big place, relatively,
No. And I didn't know that Denmark was pumping out the fur. I had no idea that they were doing this.
Oh, dude. Bunch of fur in Denmark.
Yeah. No, dude, the whole thing makes me very sad. I don't know. I mean, you don't want the
Try to
virus
do that.
to mutate.
I know we're trying to be.
No, dude. Look, you don't want the virus to mutate. And then at the same time, it's like when the animals get coronavirus, do they also die? I imagine the virus works kind of the same way it does in humans. So a certain percentage of them must die. So if you're like a PETA person, right, and you're like, right now you are just livid. But what do you do?
Worst nightmare.
Do you kill 15 million minks to save all the other animals? You know what I mean? It's kind of like the craziest sacrifice ever, because are the minks going to transfer coronavirus to other animals? I imagine how did the minks get it? It's obviously jumping over species. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah.
And does it do the same thing it does to humans? Like where it's just a crazy virus and it reacts differently and all, they're trying to figure the whole thing out. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're a PETA person, it's kind of like, do you kill a child to save a million? It's like one of these movies. You know what I mean? It's like the Terminator or something. You know what I mean? What if
it was, we got kind of lucky it was minks, first of all. Because can you imagine if this happened, let's say, I don't know, in the U.S., and it was dogs that were mutating this? Oh, my God. Can you imagine? And you got to round up everyone's dogs?
No, they wouldn't do that, dude. People would be like, you take my dog, I'm going to murder you.
Oh, dude, it would be a civil war. My God.
Yeah, a civil war.
Rounding up dogs. People just going door to door. People are trying to hide their dogs.
Yes. Oh, there's no way that would happen. There's no way that would happen. People would just get COVID, so they'd be like, well, I already made out with my dog, so I already got COVID. Can't take it away because I've already got it. People wouldn't let it happen. But the mink thing, what are they going to do? Oh, man. Denmark, get it under control.
And how are they gonna kill him? You think it's humanely, or are they just slitting throats one after the others?
Pike. Not with the sound effects. Those are good sound effects. What happened to your zip sound effect to begin with? What do you get really descriptive on the gory mass murder thing?
Oh, when it comes to slitting animals' throats, yes.
Oh God! Don't stop acting it out. What are you doing?
I'm visualizing.
I know.
We had to slit a deer's throat one time, so I kind of am familiar.
Oh, that's brutal. But you ate the deer, right? You ate the deer jerky.
Yeah, we ate the deer, and the reason we had to do it is because the deer was like dying a slow, horrible death.
Yeah, sure.
Like you shot it in the ass or something.
Brutal. Yeah.
Look,
I don't know. Can we eat mink? Can we do something else with it? If you cook it, it probably kills the virus, right? It's not like...
Dude, who's rolling those dice, though? You're not eating the minks. Well, I appreciate the thought. And so do they, but...
Why don't we...
No way.
You're saying you appreciate my mink think? And my idea, my mink think idea stinks? All right, so let's move on to the next story. That's not as sad, because I don't go to depressingnews.com like Pike does.
I thought we could have some fun with the throat slitting part, but
dude, what kind of fun are you having? Good Lord. You get so good Lord. I don't know what's going on there. Your onomatopoeias
kind of a sick
suck.
puppy.
Yeah. Oh, I don't talk about puppies now. All right, so here we go. Let's go we're going to Israel. Okay, we're over in Israel where they are planning on making like a housing community. They're building a housing community, so they have to excavate. And while they're excavating, they're finding all of this like ancient ruins. They're like, oh, Jesus. And I'm sure the developer was like, motherfucker, this is going to push back our date. Yeah. Now we got to bring in some.
They're going to take the land. Yeah.
Yeah. Nerds are going to come in here with a brush, and toothbrushes and scrape some dirt off and be like, it's important. It's like, So anyway, archaeologists are now there. They're now looking at the ruins and they're trying to bring up all of the ruins before they start plopping, shittily built houses in its path. So what they end up doing is they hire some interns, and these interns are there to help, which feels like it's a lot of responsibility for an intern to dig up some ancient ruins, It doesn't seem like an intern type job. Have you ever interned?
Yeah, not technically. Sort of. Some sort of intern. It was a part-time thing, so might as well be an intern.
Okay. All right. And what was the most difficult job you had as an intern? as a part-time person.
Wearing a fucking frog costume.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, in the middle of the summer. That is hell on earth. Yes. What about you? You been an intern?
Have I been an intern? Yes, I was an intern. I've been many of interns. Dude, I was an intern at a landscaping company, which is like what?
What?
How are you an intern landscaping? Like, how about we just call it what it is? You're a cheap fuck that doesn't want to pay me. Like, this is just, I'm free labor. That's what I am right now.
Why were you? Did you have aspirations of being a landscaper?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I landscaped a lot of jobs before I got into radio was landscaping. That's just kind of, I enjoy it. I love being outside. I like mulching, mowing, the old blow and go, as they call it, you know, where you, the mow, blow and go, where you cut it, you blow it, and you get the hell out of there and you're on to the next one, you know? So, okay. Yeah, dude, this guy, he was like, oh, you could be my intern. So I was like, all right, you know, so I did it for a day and I got poison ivy. And on the first day of me interning, so I was like, hey, I can't come, you know, I was on the phone. Hey, I can't come in tomorrow. I got poison ivy. He's like, what? You're not coming in? I was like, no, I got poison ivy all over. I can't do it. I'm itching. I'm, you know, it's like bleeding. It's spreading up to my face. It was like going up my arm, up to my neck, up to my, yeah, it was awful. He's like, just scratch it, pour some gasoline on it. I'll pick you up in 20 minutes.
Oh, anyway, what a dickhead.
I said, no, I'm not even getting paid for this. And that was my internship. It was over. It was a one-day internship. They gave me poison ivy.
You got poison ivy.
Yeah.
Do you regret the blow and go you had to do to get the job?
Would you stop? All right, so intern. Apparently,
that's what you said. Sorry.
Yeah, mow, blow, and go. You son of a bitch. So
look at you. Would you stop? Jesus. Let's go back to the mink story if you want to be so serious.
No. I thought you were talking about I had to blow the guy. I'm not blowing any guy to get my internship.
To get a free labor job.
That's what you're trying. You're like, did you enjoy the blow and go to get the job? Like, I know what you're hitting at here. That's what you're saying.
You're right.
Israel, all right? In Israel, here's what happened. The intern starts digging around. He starts digging around. Then he sees this thing like a leaf. So he tries raking it up. Turns out it's not a leaf. He's like, what? It's not a leaf? Which is like, dude, don't give an intern any responsibility. It ends up being gold coins, Pike. They find 1,100 gold coins.
Wow. Good for this intern.
Like ancient gold coins. Yeah, he doesn't get to keep any of it, though.
Oh, you wouldn't just freaking snatch those?
Dude, this is what I want to talk about. How quickly would you start stuffing gold coins down your pockets?
I would absolutely stuff them. Who found gold coins before? It's not fucking new. Those probably aren't even going into a museum. Who cares?
So you're saying they're yours. Finders keepers, international law type thing.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I have morals, but not to that point. No, I would take those. It's not even stealing. Like, who do those belong to? You found them in the fucking earth.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think what I would do. I immediately I say, no, I'd probably turn them in. Then I would have the, like almost at the exact moment I'm like, no, we got to turn these in. I would have maybe a couple could go missing. You know, they won't know. Oh, there was only 1,000 here, not 1,100. How do they know? They would know. And then I just know I would get home. I put the 100 gold coins on my desk and be like, "What did I do? I'm a monster." And then I'd have to like turn the 100 coins back in, and then I'd lie about that and be like, "Hey, I found these. They were stuck to my shoe," and they would know that I stole them. But then they wouldn't trust me, even though I was trustworthy because I returned them. But then I would blow my internship job. And I know it's a global recession. We're in a pandemic. And there's no way that they would hire a person who robbed the site that everyone is excavating as a team. And they would never trust me again. Therefore, I would never be hired. And I just ruined my internship. And I'm the guy who found the 1,100 gold coins to begin with. I should be getting a job immediately, you know?
You
So
suck
that's
at
what would
internships.
No, dude, I don't steal from. It's like a grave site. I'm not robbing a grave site. I'm not a grave robber.
Well, you did steal. You're just bad at it. You let your conscience get to you.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
take them, never look back. What would you do one time? Remember payphones? There used to be a payphone in our high school, and I remember one day at a basketball game, I was trying to use it, and I started like angrily banging the phone on the receiver or whatever, and for whatever reason, a bunch of fucking coins just came pouring out of this thing, like a slot machine. And I was like, oh shit. And I'm just like, both arms scooping them up. What do you think I did? What do you think I did with all these coins as a 10-year-old?
You kept that shit. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I just stole them. Yeah, I absolutely stole those. Yeah. And those arguably belong to somebody. So yes, I'm taking the gold coins from the dinosaur site.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you haven't changed since you were 10 and you beat up payphones to rob the quarters.
Oh, it was the best day.
The fact that you
like,
just
what the
referenced a payphone story, Pike, shows us how long ago that was. And you haven't changed.
I don't have many. Yeah. I don't have a lot of payphone stories. That's my favorite, though.
Well, maybe this dude did steal them because they said they have 1,100 coins, but maybe there was 2,000 there. And that dude is just stuffing his pockets with 24-karat gold coins that belong to no one anymore on Earth.
I hope so.
They should give him at least some. Be like, hey, man, look, you get to keep 10% of anything you find, and then then the internship pays for itself. You got to motivate these kids, What do you got for your last News That Matters story, Pike?
All right, Johnny Depp is in court. Okay, have you read about this?
Yeah.
So this has been going on for feels like years, but he's fighting his ex-wife Amber Heard and now the Sun magazine, which is like a tabloid basically. So they put out all the stuff about him and their divorce, how he had abused her. So he's suing them, they're suing him, blah blah blah. Well, in the trial, which is happening now, we're finding out more about this guy's fucking life, which is nuts. I know some
rock star, bro. Rock star.
Yeah, publicized, total rock star.
Yeah,
guy's spending,
absolutely.
we find out, $30,000 a month on wine alone. Just wine. He's an alcoholic. $30,000 on wine. Cocaine like crazy. Owns ridiculous, amounts of condos and penthouses.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing, did you hear the thing about him and his friend or the actor, or I'm not actor, the author, Hunter S. Thompson? Familiar with this?
Yeah. I didn't hear what happened. I know he's like best friends with Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson ended up committing suicide. He's kind of this weird, they called it gonzo journalism. He was kind of this avant-garde. He was a nutcase. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in his will, after he died, his wish with his body, he wanted his ashes to be shot out of a cannon into the ocean. Yeah. Well, you know how much that costs? That's like millions of dollars. So who steps up to foot the bill? Johnny freaking Depp pays for this guy to be shot into the ocean out of a cannon.
It's awesome.
Which is like hundreds of millions of dollars. So the guy's broke, Johnny Depp, obviously. They're not putting him in any more pirate movies. He's blown that.
Well,
so he's in court. His whole life is in shambles.
They took the Pirate of the Caribbean role, which I read because they're putting out more of them. It was like a $300 million deal. They took it away after Amber Heard basically said, he's abusive and all this stuff, which it's coming out in court that's not true. Unless I found out something else, like she's making this whole thing up. Does he do coke? Yes, of course. It's Johnny Depp. Look at the guy. You can tell. What are you talking about? Yeah. You know what I mean? The guy looks like a pirate on a Tuesday. Yes, he's doing all kinds of weird drugs. He's drinking $30,000 in wine. Imagine how much money he's spending a month on illegal drugs. It's Johnny Depp, Oh, yeah. You know who you married. The guy's 50 years old. You know who he is when you marry. So anyway, if that deal was taken away from him, like it was a signed contract, and it came out that she should be held, and I think it's a liable case for the Sun because they printed this stuff that wasn't proven. I think that's where this whole. I could be wrong, but I think that's where this whole thing comes from.
That is it. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, dude, he's trying to get his money because he's like, dude, I can't afford my nice wine anymore. Yes, I'm an alcoholic. Yes, I'm a drug addict. But I should be able to pay for all these things, you know? Mm-hmm. Crazy. I'm kind of on board with Johnny Depp on this one. I mean, I feel bad that this guy's name was tarnished.
It totally was. It's not to say he wasn't shitty at some point, because he was talking in this trial. They're like, well, have you ever blacked out? Is it possible you maybe blacked out and didn't know what happened? And he's denying ever blacking out. I'm like, there are photos of this guy passed out in every corner of his house. He's blacked out numerous times, so it's not impossible that he did some things.
Well, you look at the guy, Johnny Depp probably blacks out to go to bed. You know, I mean, that's just kind of who, you know.
Yeah, like me and my NyQuil. It's the same thing. Otherwise, he lays awake all night thinking about having a heart attack. I relate to him on many levels.
Yes, you're Johnny Deep, as in REM cycle sleep deep. That's what you are. When you're popping this syrup in order to sleep at night. What are you doing? You're the Fargo Johnny Depp, man.
Johnny Deep is such a good porn name.
Johnny Deep, yeah.
Johnny Deep. And it's a pirate-themed porn guy.
Dude, yeah, man, I don't know. I feel bad. Yes, is Johnny Depp a wreck? Absolutely. Look at the guy. But I just feel bad. I feel bad when anybody's name is dragged through the mud, undeservingly so. So that's it. You know what I mean? Like, is he a trash bag of a human? I don't know. I don't want him to sue. Maybe. But did he do the things that he was accused of doing? It's coming out saying no. I mean, that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And like I said, it's possible that she's actually telling the truth, but in some capacity, maybe exaggerating it. I don't know. But
yeah, what do they say?
If you don't have proof,
it's somewhere in between. The truth is somewhere between, in the middle.
Always. Almost all, especially in these kind of situations. Right. You know, he's saying he didn't do anything. He remembers it all. He was perfect. Well, that's probably not true. But is he just beating her like she claimed? Probably not.
Yeah. And this is all, let's just say, allegedly, not blacking out, and allegedly blacking out, and allegedly beating, and allegedly not beating. I don't know what the rules are for lawyers in the butt.
Yeah. No, I think
we're all making it up. This is a comedy podcast. This is just entertainment and lawyers. This is just, it's a parody. We are talking about Johnny Depp, not Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Golly. Suck on that one, guys.
Dude, that reminds me, changing the name like that. I've told you the story of I was charged with prank phone calling my old baseball coach back in the day. It's a Class B misdemeanor.
Wait a minute. Actually, like by the police?
The whole thing. I was called to the police station. I was taken to court, convicted, pled guilty, and I have a Class B misdemeanor because I prank phone called my baseball coach. Yes.
You got a record because you prank called the baseball coach? You got to tell me the story. What's the story?
Oh my God, dude. We were 19. It was like the year after high school. This baseball coach, I didn't care for him. He's kind of a dork, So one night we were drinking. It was the night before Thanksgiving. Everybody was back together. And I was the guy that would do the prank phone calls and all the fucking around. So we called him. He didn't answer. So I'm leaving a voicemail on this guy's phone, disguising my voice horribly, I would later find out, saying ridiculous shit. Oh, you're a fucking pussy. And I remember one line excuse me, but it was, I got a dick so far up my ass right now. And it was just stupid shit. It made no sense at all.
Please tell me that they played this in court. Did they play back the audio in court?
Not in court, but I got 2 months later, get a call from the Dilworth Police Department.
2 months later? Some questions.
Yeah. I didn't even remember. I had no clue what this could be about. I'm like, all right. So I go in there. This cop sits me down. He's being very nice, which is a total good cop, bad cop strategy, but he's just one guy. So he starts asking me about this night, and I start remembering. I'm like, oh, shit, that's right. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, it takes a turn where he starts being a dick, and he brings out a tape recorder, and he says, do you remember what you said that night? And I said, no. And he hits play, and It's just me, clear as day, my voice, saying, I got a dick so far up my ass right now. And I bust out laughing. Because it was all new to me. I don't remember that. I'm crying, laugh, and then I just like stop because he's got to look like he's boiling, like he's gonna punch me in the face. And he just hits stop and he goes, "You think that's funny? That's disgusting."
Who are you to say, cop? Oh my God, dude, I can't. You got to lawyer up, bro.
I know. I said, relax. I didn't actually. Come on.
Who cares? Who cares if you did?
And get this. So then, in like a Jerry Springer turn of events, he brings the baseball coach into the room.
No way.
Yeah, nah. Now he was like hiding behind the door this whole time. So now it's incredibly awkward. And fast forward, end up going to court. Got a public defender because I'm 20 years old, if that, and pled guilty. There was 2 charges because I guess there was I don't know. It was a whole. So I pled guilty. They dropped 1 charge, $600 fine, Class B misdemeanor. I'm on like essentially probation for a whole year, and it's on my record now. So every time I apply for a job or get a job, they have to look at my record, and my dumbass has a misdemeanor.
Hold on a second. Okay, there's so much to unpack here. So, what was the charge? Like, why did the baseball coach press charges? Like, what a fucking...
It's called... Yes. Now you know why we prank called him. It's called harassment by telephone call, apparently. Class B misdemeanor. You know what else is a Class B misdemeanor? No. Every time I see someone get arrested, and it's like, he beat his wife, and then he held a gun to her head, and he's now being charged with a Class B misdemeanor. I'm like, what? What? Like, that's what I was charged with. It's crazy.
Okay,
I mean,
none
he
of
was
that's
saying
a Class B misdemeanor. Come on, all right. There's assault and battery. That's not a Class B misdemeanor. Okay, that's
potentially an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Like, there are some pretty messed up things you can be charged with that are on that same level.
Dude, what? Why would this guy press charges? What?
You know why? So people had been fucking with this guy for a while. Like earlier that year in the summer, somebody left a bag of shit on fire on his doorstep. Not
Classic.
me. I had nothing to do with it. But when we prank called him, he just then put it all together. He thought, all right, this was clearly the guy who's been doing all of this. So he was like out to get me.
Wow.
And it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
you got. Did you get arrested or no? They just pressed charges. And
they never. No, they just pressed charges. Yeah, I just had to show up to court, thankfully. And the other thing was, one of my buddies was on the phone call at one point. You know, we passed it around or whatever, and he couldn't tell whose voice that was. So his whole thing was he would drop the charges if I told him who it was. So now I'm like, you know, do I rat my friend out? And I did.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa! Pike is no snitch. Pike is no snitch.
I know. Pretty gangster.
Wow. Pretty gangster is right. Yeah. Pike didn't rat out his friend when the heat was on.
I did try to talk to my friend. I'm like, dude, can you just like, I don't know. I'll do something for you. Like, I'll fucking, I don't know. I'll give you money if you just confess so the guy will drop these charges.
Yeah.
But then it's like, nah, what if he's just bluffing and he's going to now charge both of us? It's like, nah, not worth it.
So you had to pay $600?
Yeah, which is
to
like
who?
A lot.
Who got the $600 money? Yeah, it's a lot of money.
The court. Yeah, you just give it to the court or to the state. I know. Yeah.
Can't be like, dude, I'll give you $400 to you. I'll give you $400 to you. Drop the charge. I'll just give you $400. That way you get the money in the court. Dude, Dilworth, that's a problem with being in a small town right there. That's a small town problem. Because if you're in a big city, no cop would ever pursue this. That would be so far down after, like, you know, homicides and cold cases and, like, assault charges and wrongful death and all that. You know what I mean? The prank phone call, that would be laughed out of court.
Absolutely.
Dude, your $600 is why they called it Dilworth again. It's going back to the money. It's now Dilworth $600 at least.
Oh, happy to contribute.
Oh my god!
But yeah, that's one of the dumber things that's ever happened to me.
I didn't know I was talking to a guy with a record here. I had no idea.
Absolutely. Yes.
So much street cred, Pike.
Yeah, dude, the whole thing, it was so bizarre. Meeting with a public defender, and I'm like, all right, man, like, what's our
Dude,
case? Like, how
shitty
what are we gonna do?
is that lawyer? Oh my God. How do you not get this thrown out of court?
No, he was a clown. Like, he had 10 cases that day. I had never met him until 10 minutes before the actual hearing. And he's like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to plead guilty. They'll probably drop one of these charges, and we'll be on the way.
And did they drop a charge or no?
Yeah. There was 2. I got charged with 1, which at that point, whatever. Who cares?
I'd be like, go fuck yourself. I'm not pleading guilty. Did you admit that you did it? I'd be like, no, prove it.
I know.
Prove it was me. Prove it.
Listen, man, I'm not paying you $0 to just walk in here and plead guilty, okay?
No, dude. You know what? I'd be like, I want Dilworth to spend money on the resources to pull up 2 months ago the phone records, to sit there and go through. Dude, there's no way I would have I wouldn't have admitted anything. I wouldn't have said anything. I'd have been like, you got to prove that I am guilty. You got to prove that that's my voice, that came from my telephone number, that was even me in the room. I'm like, good luck. No way.
I know. And trust me, I was prepared for like an OJ style trial. But what had taken so long, I told you it was 2 months. Well, that's what was taking so long, is to get, because we called, we were clever. We did *67, called restricted. Yeah. And so they can still find out through the phone company whose number it actually was. So they knew it was mine. And then the good cop, bad cop thing, guy was being super friendly. He's like, I just want to, clear some things up. We'll get you on your way.
Yeah, dude, he's trying to bait you in.
Yeah, and it worked. I was singing like a, singing bird, or whatever they say.
God damn it, Pike.
Dude, hindsight, I know. I would have said, you can't prove anything. I want my lawyer.
Yeah, you'd have been like, well, that's an interesting phone call you played me. Now I want my phone call. And then you would just shut up.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Now that you're an expert on phone calls, where's mine? Get my lawyer on the phone right now.
Yeah.
There was 12 people in that room that night. You can't prove it was me. You're going to press charges on all of us?
Yeah. And then do the old, like, when it played the voicemail that said I had a dick so far up my ass, I'd be like, what was that, your wife? Or sounded like your wife, man.
Yeah, I know. Should have just looked him in the eye and be like, and I like it too. Apparently he's triggered by that. Chill out, Dilworth cops. Unreal. Dude, I had no idea. That's the most amazing story I've heard all day.
It's one of my favorites. I can laugh about it now, but at the time, I held a grudge for a long time. Like, dude, if I saw that guy, like, Can
you imagine that baseball coach after you got a prank? Honey, they said they had a dick in their ass. I am not going to let this go. I'm going to find out who this is.
He was claiming that his whole because it was the night before Thanksgiving, remember? He said they were horrified. It ruined their holiday because their family was terrified. But then, remember, at the same time, he knew exactly who it was on the phone.
Right.
But he was terrified. Like it was some serial killer.
That's what I'm saying, dude. God, I wish you could have defended yourself better than this public defender guy,
Absolutely.
Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. All right, well, let's move on.
Okay.
Dude, we have to come back to this too, because Pike needs some new nicknames. We're gonna come up with some new nicknames now. It can't just be T-Rex, because you got a fucking record, dude. You can't just go by T-Rex anymore. This is amazing. So, all right, I'm pulling up Instagram. It is now time to figure out what the Spark Show audience is going to be called. We are going to reference this a million times over, Pike. Okay, so this is a big deal. This is a big decision. We put up 4 choices over there on our social media. Pike's is at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media, where you could have went and checked out how to vote. I am at Sparks Radio on all social media, where I hope you went and you voted, as I'm pulling up the numbers right now. Now, I know what you're thinking, Pike. Jesus, how many votes did we get? So many people. I mean, when you have millions of people that just enjoy this show and this product and then follow me on social media, it's a little daunting to go through and make sure the count.
Absolutely.
Is right. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
But that is not the case here. I don't know how many votes we had, but they're all above 20 votes each, which is pretty good. Are you ready? 221 people saw this. We have in fourth place. Oh, let me go over the four options. The four options of calling the Sparks Radio audience is the Inferno, the Party People, the Committee, and Rim Nation. Okay? In fourth place, you have the Inferno.
Oh, okay.
Fourth place
that
is
was
the
mine.
Inferno.
I like that one. I did like that.
I didn't mind that one. Actually, I don't think that was the worst one. In third place, which I think this was my least favorite, but in third place, you have the Party People. You have the Party People coming in third place. So now it comes down to the nitty gritty, Pike. It comes down to two. So once I announce the second place, we know who won, and we know what the Sparks Show audience will be called henceforth. Are you nervous? Are you nervous?
I'm so nervous. I mean, listen, both of them left would be great, but there is one that is obviously absolute gold.
You have the last two. You have the Committee, and you have Rim Nation. Okay, these are the last two. Here is what the audience is going to be called for the rest of the time here on the Spark Show. You hit us up on social media. You casted your vote because we live in a democracy, and this show is as much yours as it is Pike's and mine. The audience from now on, Pike, that you will be referring to is the Committee.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, no.
Yes.
I mean, fine, but
Rim Nation, cooler heads have prevailed. Rim Nation comes in second with 27 votes, and the Committee had 31 votes. So there you have it. A clear favorite.
I believe the fix is in. There's no way, because you, from the beginning, hated Rim Nation.
Yeah, that's why I thought everyone would vote for Rim Nation because I hated it. And I know how, first of all, I know how the Committee thinks. Okay. The Committee wants to see me tortured and pissed off. They like seeing me whine and complain in anger. Okay. They enjoy it. They're like, oh yeah, we get to fuck with Sparks right now. Cool. Let's do it. Okay. But that is not the case. I did not fix this. The Committee, 31 votes.
How I could believe you without actually seeing the votes, I don't know that I do. But listen, you know what? Fine. No, fine. I'd sit here and, bitch about it and say, let's recount them, let's redo it. Not enough people were allowed to vote. There's possibly still votes coming in through the mail. But I'm gonna lose with dignity. Fine.
I don't know if that's the American way anymore, Pike, is losing with dignity. That's, let me just say that's mighty big of you to do that, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Mighty big of you. But I don't think you're
Can we call something else Rim Nation? I don't know. Can we be Rim Nation?
No, I don't want Rim Nation anywhere near this show. Stop. What's up with you and Rim Nation?
Can I get a shirt that says Rim Nation?
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll make a shirt, and I'll put it up there on sparksradio.com that says Rim Nation. And I guarantee that you are the only person to buy the Rim Nation shirt.
Perfect. Fine with me.
And the rest,
all right.
The rest of the Committee is now what it's called. The Committee is I'll get a shirt that says the Committee. It'll say, you know what it'll say? Committee member. We could have a lot of fun with the Committee. I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you so much for voting. Either way, thank you so much. The Party People, that was third place. The Inferno was in fourth place. Rim Nation number 2 and the Committee number 1. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Really fun. But now the committee. So we have committee members. If you're a member of the committee, thank you so much. We really appreciate you enjoying this show. You can always hit subscribe on youtube.com/SparksRadio. You can follow, whatever it's called on whatever platform you enjoy the show on. Click it. Okay, give us 5 stars if you can rate. Drop a comment if you can as well. We love interacting. We're going to be asking a lot more from the committee coming on up here. In fact, we have on the list, Pike, what's the best way to do this? Let's do it through Instagram. Let's see what we get. Let's do this.
I'm sorry, you cut out for what?
Oh, sorry. On Instagram, let's do this because we're going to make an intro for the show. We don't have an intro. Obviously, we're building the show, and it takes a while, and I love the fact that the committee is interested and involved. Here's what we're going to do. You can either DM Pike on Instagram at Pike Taylor Radio. You see it right there. DM him a voice message. You could do this. It's very easy. Just go into your messages. You type in new message. Let's say you find out who. You go to chat, and then what you could do is when you go to the message, there's a little microphone there by the message. Just click the microphone. You can leave a voice message. When you leave the voice message, we can now incorporate your voice here on the show. Even better, if you want to take a video of yourself, that would be so dope. Take a video of yourself, and then what we're asking you to do is come up with a little, let's call it like a 2-second blurb about Pike, okay? And then I'll ask
what
you
would an example be?
So let's see, Pike. So the intro is gonna be like, Spark Show, right? And then it's gonna go Pike, and then it can go to a video of you saying something about Pike, and Pike, it can be like, he's got T-Rex arms, and then it goes flies out and it goes back into me, and then it goes Sparks, and then it goes,
Okay,
he's
perfect.
got prepubescent girl hips, and then flies out, and then so you could say that in the same message. Take a video of yourself. That'll be even better because then we could work it in the intro here on the YouTube channel. So get a video of yourself, record yourself, and we'll put you in the intro of the show. How dope would that be,
Huge.
Pike?
Oh, that'd be huge. I love it. The T-Rex arms thing, I was like, oh, I don't know about that, but have some fun with it.
Have some fun.
We got thick skin. It's fine.
Yes. You could be like Spark, thick skin, and then you go Pike, and then it goes back to your video, and he goes, he's got a forgettable dick, and then it goes out, and then boom, like we talked about yesterday. So yeah. Think of something that you think just embodies us as a person, and a little blurb. Take a video of yourself. You could do it all in one video, and then message us or tag us in your video. And what we'll do is I'll rip that off the internet. I'll steal it and I'll throw it up here on the channel, and then we'll build you into the show. So we're asking you, if you're a committee member, this will be the very first thing that we ask of the committee now that you're called the committee. So let's do it. Let's get involved. Let's make it happen. We'll start building this thing in, and then we got 5 on Friday next week. So get your questions in, but also start getting those video messages in, and we'll build into the show for next week, and then we'll start getting our intro together.
Perfect.
I'm loving it, man.
I love it. I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear what you guys come up with.
Can't wait to hear what you come up with for Pike. I already know what you're going to come up with for me. Is that, oh my God, he's an Adonis, or oh wow, what a perfect person. So Pike is going to be a little bit easier, I feel like, to come, poke fun at. But I really appreciate
easy target.
Yeah. Pike, misdemeanor Pike. So there you go. That's it for the show. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit up Pike on all social media. DM him that video. It's at Pike Taylor. Well, hold on. There it is. At Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. I'm at Sparks Radio on all social media. So that's it for us, and we'll check you tomorrow. Bye-bye.